From Ahmedabad, I am joined by Jagriti Pandya. She is a candidate of the Gujarat Parivartan Party and wife of late BJP leader Harin Pandya. Thank you very much, Mrs. Pandya, for joining us tonight. That's a good GPP voice for the first time on the News Hour tonight. Ami Yagnik representing the Congress Party, good evening. Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP, good evening. Janata and Vyas, Minister in the Modi government, good evening. And of course, Dr. Balachandra Mungekar, who believes that much of what Narendra Modi is claiming has absolutely no basis in development. Good evening. Thank you very much. We'll be joined by one more guest from Chennai in a minute. May I first set out the terms of this debate? There are 4 areas tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we'll look at. 1, Modi's claims on creating a new middle class. 2, his claims on agriculture being a new focus. 3, his claim that he is leading youth-centered development. And 4, and most importantly, and I'd like to start with that, his past record. How much of what he has promised in the past he has actually achieved. May I begin by asking you, Mr. Janata and Vyas, when your previous manifestos have remained unkept, in large part, and this question is to Meenakshi Lekhi as well, when your previous manifestos have not been implemented like it should have been implemented, how many people will believe your promises that you put out today in today's manifesto? Either of you could take that, but I'd like to take that to Mr. Vyas first in Ahmedabad.
Well, Arnab, let us understand that if you go point by points, maybe there are some points which might remain to be addressed. But if you look at the past manifestos by and large, you know, you are talking about a continuous economic development. This is a state, and maybe again you might question me that why I am talking about last 10 years. I am talking about last 10 years because I want to talk about decadal growth. This is a state which has achieved a decadal economic growth in double digits compared to less than 7% which the country has achieved, and therefore I would say that as far as the overall economic growth and progress of the state is concerned, we have come true as far as our promises of creating an environment, infrastructure.
I'm sorry. My first contradiction tonight, I request you, Dr. Vyas, not to digress from the question put to you. The question put to you is, what have you achieved compared to what you have promised? No. Don't tell me what you have achieved compared to the rest of India. I'm asking you tonight, for example, in terms of poverty eradication, you said you would uplift all BPL families. No, Miss Dr. Vyas. Dr. Vyas.
You have been uplifting all BPL families you are talking about. You are revising the definitions, and the central government has their own nuances and norms and all that. I don't want to get into that mess.
Sir, the question is...
The issue is have you permitted the economic growth to take place?
Sir, the question is, today Narendra Modi says, I have created a new middle class. Now, how can you create a new middle class when you have promised in the past to uplift all BPL families, but there are concrete reports that 600,000 new BPL families have come up in rural Gujarat in the past 5 years? I'd like to take that question to Ami Yagnik as I open up the debate tonight. You're making a claim, then we must substantiate the claim. Ami Yagnik.
Yes, Arnav, there have been so many broken promises from the last manifesto of 2007. As per the Rural Development Commissioner's report, from 23 lakhs, there has been a rise to 31 lakhs of BPL families, both in rural and urban areas. That is one, no eradication of poverty. Second, if you go to see the dam, Narmada Dam water, canals and sub-minor canals, nothing has been gone beyond 40%, so there is no water in the Kutch and Saurashtra area for the farmers. 10 lakh electricity connections are still pending and the farmers have not been given. The moment we took the 12 points to the people of Gujarat and said that we are promising electricity connection to the farmers, water to the farmers, this manifesto has come. Yet, those applications are still pending for giving electricity connections to the farmers.
Point by point, Meenakshi Lekhi. Point by point, Ami Yagnik. I want to know whether you can contradict Ami Yagnik.
300.
No, on Narmada.
300 villages.
No, let me remind you, Meenakshi Lekhi, just laying a point for our viewers tonight. In 2002, BJP said we'll complete the Narmada dam and timely. In 2007, you said we'll complete it by 2010. Till now, the work is incomplete. Incomplete.
Did the BJP or Gujarat file cases in Supreme Court against Narmada Dam? And if not, then the problems of Gujarat are not created by Gujarat government, by the adjacent governments who may be, or the so-called NGO fronts of the Congress, which are creating problems for the benefits reaching the Gujarati people.
Coming at this juncture because some
let's go to Narmada, against the Narmada.
going on record.
No, 1 second. What's wrong? What's wrong, Dr. Vyas? The fact is...
What is wrong?
No, what is wrong?
The wrong
I tell
that
you, and you will permit me to say what I want. Please
I'm not stopping you, Meenakshi Lekhi, please.
The wrong is that you are making a claim that as if Narmada Yojana or Narmada Dam is held up because of government of Gujarat.
Sir, I am simply incorrect. Sir, I am sorry you're misquoting me. Sir, I am sorry. I am not. Sir, what I am saying is...
to satisfy the rehabilitation norms
Sir,
is not giving the clearance even to raise the gates. When they said we will fabricate the gates, it will take 2.5 years.
Sir, were you not aware? Were you not aware? No, to which I can turn around and ask you, Dr. Vyas and Meenakshi Lekhi. Dr. Vyas and Meenakshi Lekhi. Dr. Vyas and Meenakshi Lekhi. Meenakshi Lekhi and Dr. Vyas, you have opened up two fronts.
When you are raising the point of Narmada Dam, I have opened up a front that Ami Yagnik is making an incorrect claim, because whatever the problem Narmada is facing, or the water, reaching the water to those channels is being faced, is because of the Congress-run fronts. And I'm making a very, very straight point on that. Whenever we are discussing the gas which needs to reach the people, when 7 lakh pipeline has been raised for 7 lakh families, it is central government which is not letting that happen. And by doing that, 5,000 crore worth of subsidies what will be saved and which can be used in rest of the country. But that is not getting done. So whenever
I am pointing out on facts,
and whenever you are trying to blame BJP, no, even I am pointing out on facts.
Let's argue on facts.
Facts are half cooked. Yes, we'll argue on facts.
What's half cooked?
Is that so far as Narmada Dam gates are concerned, we have always been willing, we have always been concerned, we have done whatever best we can. But it's
you did not say that in the last election.
It's not a matter of gates. No, it is not a matter of gates.
I've been fighting cases in the Supreme Court.
Meenakshi Lekhi, 1 minute. Meenakshi Lekhi, one minute, one at a time. Actually, I'm not going to get drawn into the debate so easily. I'm going to go across. Though I have a few good points to counter you with.
The debate the way you want, that will not happen.
Dr. Balachandra Mungekar. No, I'm not. But neither will I let you direct the debate that you want, the way you want. So we will get both sides into the debate.
I don't want to derail the debate, but while the facts are being given, cutting the debate middle of the arguments is also not proper.
Dr. Vyas, I take your point and I will come back to you. However, I'd like to get in Balachandra Mungekar at this point of time. Dr. Balachandra Mungekar, the BJP representatives, 2 representatives tonight are saying, don't ask us if Narmada didn't get implemented. It's not our fault. We wanted to do it. Congress governments and social activists have stopped us from raising the dam height to the optimal level, from not completing the job. I only picked this up as an example. I want to know whether you have any counter to either of the BJP representatives tonight.
No, ask him, does he support raising of the height or not?
Let him complete.
One minute. It is Narmada Dam completion is extremely complicated issue. But then, according to me, whatever issues are there and contradictions are there, Mr. Narendra Modi must have been rigorous enough to pursue the matter. Okay. My point is that you raised that issue as a matter of the broken promise. But Arnav, I must congratulate you for starting the debate on exactly on right tone. Economic growth is a means to achieve certain ends. And you were meaning that the earlier election, Gujarat government promised BJP that inclusive growth. And that is your starting point. And
yes,
on that point I want to say, let us bring back the debate. Because that according to me is that in terms of human development, in terms of poverty eradication, in terms of life expectancy, in terms of education, in terms of health, Gujarat is disaster during the last 5 years or perhaps 10 years. I appreciate Narendra Modi that Gujarat has developed certain regions, its industrial growth relatively better, its agriculture, irrigation and overall index of growth. There are certain indicators of growth. And in certain matters, Narendra Modi must be even congratulated. But that is not enough. Economic growth, economic development is not the end. And in terms of the human development, I have got 12 indicators with me now. 12 indicators I am having now.
No, who's being selective tonight? Are you being selective or is the BJP being selective? No, you're all being selective in my... No, one sec. No. Meenakshi Lekhi, let him complete. Let him complete.
Arnab.
I can say you're being selective.
No, my simple point is, my point is, see, we are discussing two issues. I give some credit to Mr. Narendra Modi for achieving relatively to some extent faster growth in agriculture, irrigation, industry.
Power.
But in terms of the purpose of economic growth,
about power?
Gujarat is
what about power? What about manufacturing? No, 1 minute. What about power? First of all, I want to know as a Congress representative whether you will say Narendra Modi has done a good job on education, on power, on manufacturing, on decline in poverty.
In manufacturing, no, in terms of certain growth indicators, the Gujarat has achieved certain success, certain chemical industries.
Sir, please, my point is, please, don't be selective. Don't be selective. No, don't be selective. Then you must also be fair.
But I'm not selective. So in terms of industry, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of overall growth,
sir,
Narendra Modi has achieved certain success.
Sir, sir, you are a very well-known economist. The national average for manufacturing is 15%. Gujarat manufacturing percentage is 27.4%. That's more than double the national average.
I appreciate that point.
My point is
recently Atul Sudas published recently book that poverty amidst the prosperity. Poverty amid the prosperity. Among all the states, 35 states today, Gujarat is the classic example of poverty amidst plenty. Working population, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, 84% of population of Gujarat living in southern region.
So who is
tribal? Gujarat has not implemented.
So you're all
not implemented special scholarship meant for minorities. Gujarat has not implemented Scheduled Tribe Land Development Act.